Hi, I'm Sarer Scotthorne. I'm going to read some poems for you today. I'm a Bristol poet and I like to experiment and perform, but today I'm going to be sitting. This is from my book, chapbook, The Blood House. The stairs creak voices, ketamine thuds bleed through a single skin of brick. Floorboards leak every secret. The clock reverses. Intermittent GABA, radar moon. Cats scream. I scream. Howl my longings into cotton sheets. I scratch at the floor. Draw words in the mist of breath on pain. Look through letters lit orange by the light of the city night. At my beloved street below. Bodies crawl, fumbling for keys, staring into shadows. My hand-printed curtains float, lifting up as the city sweat billows into my room. The shouts of children climb through my windows like burglars. Angry mothers scream and drag them back out. This house breathes for me, joy splintering with love. The beat of slamming doors hides the sound of the past that is buried alive in the red brick cellar below. Okay, and this one is called Bloodhead. Delicious wanted to lick the sparkle from his eyes. Eat his words. She smiled casually, replying to his quip. She felt the drip from her nose and wiped it with her hand. Searching for a tissue in her bag, it was blood. Her nose was bleeding, just a little. Her head began to sweat, ears ached. She had to scratch her scalp. Her hand came away with blood under the fingernails. He kept looking at her. She could taste something strong. He mumbled, "Your gum is bleeding." More blood. Dark teeth. Insolvent smile, fingers crossed behind her back. He pretended not to notice as blood dripped through the strands of her hair. It was her bloodhead. She hadn't prepared, and it was showing. His jaw dropped. He said, "Your blood is black." Black as her father's blood. She started to cry. She should never have eaten his rotten heart. She should never have killed him. And this is Soldier's Dinner. Boiled boot shine, hand touched by boy tears. Cookies, M&M's dripping out for time. Dream tick-tock tootsies, pound cakes fighting for warmth. The clunk of peanut butter jelly. Radio impaled by mashed metal. Surface of bare arms in heat. Cheese spread cold. I moulded your sweat to my national eye, Gatorade-like mixes of 50 caliber songs spitting your dark trench radar. Heartbeat, syncopated to your shaking, bullets ricochet, coffee wall blatting, tea trigger sparking hunger. Phantom pain of a child soldier. Speaking tongues of discipline dipped in chemical toilet paper, money crank pick, melted spoon, dead matches, gas, name tags, etc. Salt, sugar, cocoa shapes, hot sauce, incontinence, toast over our bodies. Okay, and I'd like to read, this has been published in a few different anthologies. Okay, it's called Escadabacas, Escapan de su boca. Strings come from my eyes. They spread across the room and out of the window, turning into wires. My grey eyes cry Mercury. It runs down the silver strands, dripping into oily slicks by the old garages. Lights a flash fire. The flames spread up the garden path, roaring towards the house. The doors always open and shut very fast, slamming for the fun of it. I open my mouth. Black beetles escape. Crawl over my body. The house sighs, cracking mortar. The house starts to turn again, thundering as it rips through the earth. Oh, house, my wires will get tangled. The house is disrespectful. It turns a full 360 degrees. My beetles run in all directions. They trail down the wires, hundreds from my mouth, nipping at my lips, calling in the clippers. Hide the wires, a face, a question. What have you been doing today? Okay, and this is Semblance. It's a little chapbook from Kafkově Press. Mum. For God's sake, I'm not trying to shock or make a point, but I do enough fucking cooking at home, so when I come away, I want to pick up a sword or a pole or anything I can get my dirty little hands on and chop the air and shout and get all primal. Till sweat pours down the side of my face and I get fucking red and my lungs burn and I make you look twice. Just don't get in my way when I'm in a slashing, cutting frame of mind. Sonnet 67. File sword parts SVG. Sword _parts dot SVG. SVG file. Nominally 36B or C. 550 times 310 pixels. Between 10 and 12 stone. File size 30 KB. This image rendered as PNG 5'9", 10 in other widths 20px, 500px, 1000px, 200px. 46 years and progressing. Description: English labelled diagram of a sword. Bleached hair, scabbard, financially viable. Française, diagramme avec chocolat, la Wutan, la pie chardonnay et de sang forêt. Date April 2014. Status: sexually active. Source: derivative of file, genetic imperfections. And then I've got one more to read. I really love computer code and messing with languages that I don't totally understand but I enjoy the sound of. This is called As Island and it was in Dostoevsky Wannabe Bristol. As Island, group by Island Contract, ID. Monday, 15th, 1st, 2018, 23:29. Here you go. 0 hours contract. CP2 is null, except we pull into select contract ID. Min, bracket, DIY, bracket, as date form. Max, bracket, DY, bracket. As date to from slip road. Select arching into darkness. Contract, die, slip road. Row number over one way, penny slot steering wheel. Partition by contract, order by. Invoice days, row number over. Partition by contract, order by contract. As group, invoice days in the pitch. We are anonymous, find the missing days. Arching into darkness, invoice days in the pitch. Invoice days in the pitch. Invoice days in the pitch. Select CP contradict D die. Into #T select contract ID. From table CC care packages. Contradict algorithms in the pitch. In the pitch. Dates as D select contract ID. Where did I between CP from and in the pitch is null. We're anonymous. And CP deleted is null. And CP app active is null in the pitch. And CP from at end date. And CP2 at start date. 2 is null in the pitch, except in the pitch we are anonymous. Let contradict daddy-o, pitch, pit, pit, cha, 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 from table CC patient's invoice in B-ite, pit, itch, blights, cross, deleted as null. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed my reading.